Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for November the 3rd, 2023. It's me, Mom, and it's id.
Moopsy.
Whoopsie. Yeah. I still haven't found the Stream Deck. I'm beginning to run out of boxes to open. I wonder if it's in there. Hold on. Okay, I have a box that's the right size sitting here. I may have found the Stream Deck. Wouldn't that be cool? All right. And then I'll have to get serious and set this all up. So how are you doing this morning?
I'm okay. I've been fielding questions about everything with Cryptic.
Yeah, to the extent we know stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Logically as a business, you have to make that decision. I know you're going to have to lay off people because of income stream. And right now, they're not going to be generating any new content till the SAG strike is over. And after that, if they've got stuff that's canned, they can move forward with it. But if they don't, it's going to be months to get that stuff out.
Right. Like, I'm pretty sure the next 2 episodes are in the can.
Yeah, and they're just waiting to get them ready to go. And they can't do it right now because, SAG... Technically, they might be able to get away with it, but it will definitely impact how the actors view Cryptic and Paramount if they release it. So that would be a longer-term problem.
I'll have to look at there's an online list of all the waivers that have been filed and approved and all. So I'll take a look and see if that's in there.
Yeah. I know there's a lot that aren't in here. They definitely won't be allowed to promote the game at all because it's considered to be acting.
Yep.
But it happens, which then leads me to the question of perhaps if, Star Trek is in its last days, years, whatever. Gee, wouldn't that be a fun book to write, the history of Star Trek Online? Because it's been around longer than people have been around. I mean, it's going on to year 14 in February.
Yep. Heck, it lasted longer than Star Wars Galaxies did.
Yeah. It could make a revival. Star Trek has a background and a history, and again, we're going to get back to what we were kind of talking about with companies who are in it for the money. When a company does it solely for the money, and I'm going to say that's things like the last 3 Star Wars movies, and probably the last 3 Star Trek movies, where the inherent love of the medium, the franchise, isn't there. It definitely shows, and eventually fans kind of catch up and go, hey, first 2 Picards, I know they were more of a passion project from Patrick Stewart, but it didn't resonate with the audiences. And as a company, you have to have a good understanding of your audience and where you can push that boundary to try and bring in something a little different or add on to it. And big companies frequently don't make that. They make the decision, let's stick with what's tried and true, and it doesn't always work. Okay, let's go to Marvel. The Avengers series was starting to come to a conclusion with the last 2 movies, and it probably could have taken out 1 or 2 movies from the whole chain that were, okay. But it was coming to its end there, and if they had dropped it there, I think they would have done better than trying to push into whatever this new phase is that has been less than successful. And bear in mind, I love things like Doctor Strange, but the multi-universe thing was meh. The Marvels, from all the previews I've heard, because there's very limited, because they've got a ban on people previewing it, has been less than meh. TV series related to it have been meh. Hi, Chris. Moopsy, yes. Moopsy to you too.
The Infinity Saga did quite well.
Mm-hmm.
The Multiverse Saga is experimental and not doing too great.
Yeah. And they're putting a ton of money into it, I think, without really knowing what their audience wants. There we go. I was getting an SNR. Somebody was pointing out that while it's all well and good to have things like the Marvels and Miss Marvel and all those, which are female-centric, female audiences aren't their main audience. Yeah. Does that mean you can't make a female-centric movie that's successful with men? No, absolutely not. And Terminator 2 is a great example. Alien Aliens. Great examples of how they can be female-centric but appeal to a diverse audience, and I use that term correctly. And it's generally men going to those movies and financing them, but that was a huge appeal, so you need to have well-crafted, well-written stuff.
Right? I mean, look at the not the Matrix, the Metroid series.
Yeah.
Their lead is a woman. It was a big shocker in the 80s when that came out.
Mm-hmm. It's a good game, though.
But it's still a fantastic sci-fi property.
Yeah, sci-fi lets you get away with a lot of stuff, but going back to Terminator, Linda Hamilton is definitely not a sci-fi character. She's a human character who was just well-written, well-acted.
Yep.
And the script was well done, and it was Arnold, and admittedly Arnold appeals to women as much as to men, in my humble opinion.
Oh, are you picking up your Phoenix boxes?
I did last night, yes. So if you look at the message of the day, it does say Red Alert, Phoenix boxes, and go watch a movie. And speaking of watching a movie, this is National Diabetes Month, and Type 1 has been officially released to increase awareness. So I've sent out some messages in the fleet, just a few of them. Yeah, absolutely. There's actually 2 links, so let me grab them off my email, since I got that from Noah and team. Let's do... There's one. Okay, so I sent you two. There's a short one and there's a long one, same film. And for those of you who want to watch it, there are 2 links there, same film. Type 1 is about 15 minutes long. You don't have to pay to watch it. You've already paid to watch it. You just don't know you've paid to watch it. But if you read your mail, you'll understand why you've paid to watch it.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Did Chris join us? Hi, Chris. Anyway, so go watch the movie. Give it a like, sub. It doesn't cost anything to like it. Doesn't cost anything to sub to it. And it had 700 views a couple of weeks ago, and they're up to 1.2, but it really deserves more than 1.2 views. It is a good little movie. Let's see what they're up to today. They're up to 1.3 views. So yay!
What are we doing today?
We are promoting Noah's film Type 1, which I just put the links in. It is a 15-minute independent film which he and his wife and their production team financed from Kickstarter, and we as a fleet donated to this. Translation: I donated in the name.
I wish I knew before.
Pardon?
I wish I knew before. I might have pitched in a little bit.
Well, you did. You just don't know that you did. But they were able to raise the funding without it being an issue. But Star Trek Online people had a lot to do with it. Actually, I'll show it some other day. Noah sent us a thank you about the fleet and all that stuff. So we've got that queued up here. But yeah, he. When did I find out? I found out about it because I do some Kickstarter stuff, and he mentioned it the last time I saw him. So that was back in Chicago. No, they finished it by the time I was in Chicago, but it took close to a year to get it out from that point, which is one reason he hasn't been in game and live streaming for quite a while, along with having the baby. But go watch it. Give it a like. Give it a sub.
Hey, Borg King, welcome to the group.
Hey, Borg King.
I assume Mom has not watched the Lower Decks because we had the finale yesterday.
No, I haven't. I will be watching it on Sunday this week. I got home from class crazy late, slept in yesterday morning, got home from work, was still tired, and basically walked the dogs and went to bed. I have got to figure out if I can keep doing this crazy number of hours with driving to and from Illinois every week.
Right.
When can we get, site-to-site transports?
Not soon enough. I mean, it'd be perfect. I could walk the dogs, take extra 15 minutes, zip to work, be there instantaneously, go home at lunch, walk the dogs again, get lunch, go back to work.
I still
Perfect.
think that they're withholding the transporter technology. Like, we've already reached it at some level, and they're just withholding it because
We kind of have.
transportation companies already would have.
We definitely
died out.
have. We have.
We already have. They quote unquote teleported a what was it? An atom?
Yeah, I wasn't
here
sure if
to-
it was an atom or a molecule, but yes, they have been able to teleport something.
Yeah.
However,
Hey, everybody.
good morning, Board King. Transporting something larger than that's the issue.
Yeah.
It does, and anything that's alive is going to be tricky.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've seen an analysis of how transporter, according to Star Trek, works, and in real life, it would kind of unalive you, and
Yes.
would have to reanimate you in some way, and
Yep.
that's
No, it already does that in universe.
Unalives, realives. Yes. So the question is, you get unalived, you wind up in your new place and realived. You don't realize that form. I mean, you consciously realize that former you is unalive, but you wouldn't know that because all of your memories are as they are reassembled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that kind of is weird because it's kind of you, but it's not you because you've been reassembled and you. That's kind of weird.
It is weird, yes. But there's a great story in that.
I think
Right.
I would be more into the Iconian gateway technology.
Right, but that opens up the question of if someone has an emergency beam out of a a fetus, were they ever born or were they just cloned?
Oh God,
Yeah,
that's a great question.
yeah, that's another thing.
Oh, great! Now I've got all these stories in my head. Thanks, Id, because I have enough time to do the stories I want to do.
Right, because I have a thought, because if you watch the short trek Children of Mars,
Mm-hmm.
we see the kids taking a shuttlecraft to school.
Oh yeah, I remember
Why
that.
aren't they teleporting? Is it because the
It's
the
allowed
brain isn't-
only above
it-
18 years or something?
Exactly, right? Is it detrimental to those under the age of like 21 when your brain is fully developed?
Ooh, that's a good idea, actually.
But here's another question.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the mirror universe, there's always an accident. Or to get to the mirror universe, you had to use a transporter.
Not
No,
always,
only.
but
In Deep Space Nine, you did.
And
Yes,
in
but they
TOS you did.
they
Yeah, but
also got
there was also an ion storm.
they also got there via ion storms and I believe the Bajoran wormhole once.
Does the Bajoran wormhole take you to the mirror universe, or do you have to be in a transporter state?
No, it took you to the mirror universe because it was
No, that was because there was a leak in one of the ship systems.
yes, but it was the first time they go and like the Klingons beam on board the ship and they're like, wait, what are you doing here? And it's Nerys. It's like, I'm sorry, ma'am. We'll guide you back to the station. It's like,
Okay, in the DS9 episode crossover, as their runabout drops out of warp, the warp field does not collapse properly, and they are engulfed in a white flash upon entering the wormhole. So at least one episode did it without a transporter.
Yeah. Plus, Discovery kind of did that well without the transporter. Whether
No,
we
they,
like it or
no,
not,
that
it
they
is-
did that with
Warp
the
that was not transporter technology.
nope, that was the spore drive.
Yep.
the spore drive.
Okay, so yeah, we don't have to use our transporter. We don't have to unalive people to use it
And plus,
to get to the mirror universe.
Terrans, like in SDO, they get into our universe without using transporter technology. They open some sort of transdimensional portals.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was interesting. Everybody went quiet at exactly the same moment.
weren't thinking.
We'll wake you
No,
up,
thinking.
actually, so.
Well, I'm thinking we still need to buy Cryptic so we can take it over and make sure it runs the way we want to.
People are losing their jobs right now.
Yes, they are. However, I have some money for it, but I don't have what I think it's going to take. And I'm going to bet we probably are going to need between $300 and $400 million to buy it. And make it
like doing
run.
Kickstarter?
Yeah, believe me.
Fan keep Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Question, which
Yes.
one's Forged in Fire?
Forged in Fire, it's a ground mission that replaced Assault on Terek Nor, where we have to destroy Lita. It's pretty fun, though.
That's the Deep Space Nine one with Curlin and.
Is Curlin there?
Curland here.
Oh my god, that is such a stupid line.
Oh, you had to know they were going to throw that in. Mirror Universe
know,
Curlin's a
but
hoot.
It's the only real line they can use with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's one of the few where they didn't have to replace the voice actor, so they were able to keep that one.
Yeah, because that one was that was made by
That's Porticus. That's Jeremy Randall.
I mean, in that new TFO, it's actually said by the actor who played in Discovery. Oh my god.
No. You're thinking of Noah. Noah's playing the Andorian, but the Curland here line is the Borticus line.
Yeah, I know, but in that Forged in Fire, it's actually said by. Is Curlin there? It's actually said by.
Yeah, that's by Noah.
Noah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what got me thinking about all this stuff with the Kickstarter was that, oh yeah, we're playing this. It's Noah time.
I mean, can you believe a game owned by the players?
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be a precedent.
Yeah, I was chatting with Id before this started.
There is a game owned by the players.
Which one?
City of Heroes.
Really?
Oh. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Was that from the beginning, or did they buy it out?
What happened was back in 2012, it went offline because they wanted they just did something where you can switch sides from hero to villain and villain to hero and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I remember that.
They just did their expansion of going rogue, where you can start in a mirror universe, the Praetorian universe. Well, a couple months after that happened, they decided, oh yeah, we're gonna end our game because we want to come out with a better game, which it ended up not being a better game.
Oh, that never happens.
NC Soft went, the company went downhill from there after that.
What a shocker.
So back in 2018 or 19, the fans themselves got the rights to reopen City of Heroes somehow.
Well, since
probably-
everything exists, you can, if people are willing to sell, you can usually buy things if they exist. But in this case, it'd be slightly tricky, not impossible.
Well,
It's
thing
tricky
was,
because it's connected to Star Trek and CBS, and they would probably not like fans to own something like that.
Yeah.
I
the
don't.
thing about the thing about City of Heroes is they're not being paid for keeping the game up, but they are still doing updates for the game, and they're not allowed. You're not allowed to. We're not allowed to pay for anything, so everything's free.
Yeah,
and that's the only issue.
It's kind of like Star Wars Galaxies. After Disney bought Lucas and everything, they shut down the game because they awarded sole content to EA. So Star Wars Galaxies went out the airlock.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's 4 or 5 different emulation servers of it, and some of them have content that was not even a part of the 3 expansions that were put out.
Well, I suspect, should the game go away, it will resurface in some manner. But
right.
in terms of Paramount and fans owning it, but the fans wouldn't own it. We'd have to exist as a corporate entity, which isn't the end of the world. We can do that pretty easily. We would be limited in content just like they currently are because it's a licensed product, which means Paramount would still have their input as they currently do. So it could be a win-win because they're not exactly doing fabulously in the money levels right now. You can't with the whole SAG thing going on. And it will take all of these companies a long time to recover. So having a cash inflow and a continuing cash inflow and might even be good for the fans because, if we ran it, we might be more receptive to what's getting done because we could dedicate the funds to what we want.
Yeah.
But like I said, so just buying the game isn't sufficient money. We'd have to have enough money to cover payroll. We'd have to have income to make sure payroll gets covered. And
we have to pay the bills for servers, for the offices stuff.
Yeah.
What City of Heroes does is they do a monthly, it's like a stipend type thing. You can donate a certain amount, and once they hit a certain amount, they shut it off. They don't let people donate any more than what they're allowed to. It's enough to keep the servers running and to pay staff.
Wow.
And that's per month, so they monthly close it off at some point, or
just a stipend. It's just enough to help them get paid, keep the game running for a whole month.
I think that's how Restoration 3 for Star Wars Galaxies works as well. They have a community drive to keep the servers going and stuff like that.
I know so many games that are sitting in developer limbo or something like it. And there is a game from 2002. It was a kind of spy franchise that was evolving around making a spoof of James Bond movies, kind of like Austin Powers but better because it actually had a very good sense of humor, very balanced, kind of British sense of humor. And it's currently in limbo because in parts, it's owned by 3 different companies which are no longer together, and none of them wants to sell. This one owns a piece of technology, this one owns part of the IP, another one owns the studio that developed it, and it's just this piece of crap because they can't share. They don't want to share, even though it was attempted by companies who we can remaster it, we can re-release it, it's going to be on Steam. No, it's in limbo now. Now you can't even even buy it on Steam right now. It's nowhere. It's an abandonware at this point.
Yeah.
It's just kind of sad. There's a huge fandom for it.
Yeah. Sony Online Entertainment did Star Wars Galaxies. They're now known as Daybreak Studio.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
And they own a lot of the tech that made Star Wars Galaxies such an amazing game.
Yeah, that's the problem with games that are made through different kinds of tech altogether. The more subsidiaries, the more spread it is, and the harder to get the grip of control of it. I
think one of the particular pieces was the player housing and city building and all that was in there is basically owned by Daybreak, and for the Old Republic game that they ended up coming out with, they had to go with an entirely different setup, and it was not nearly as good.
Hmm.
But now that
because I remember in Galaxies, you literally bought a house like in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
where
you bought a different size houses, you placed them where you wanted, and if you got a couple of people, you could build up a city and stake your claim and have an entire city just there where you did your stuff. And the Old Republic
where all of Torah is you just the base basically.
Yep.
Sorry, I was just checking my new update on Cryptic, but nothing really interesting. Just restatements of what other people have said.
Yeah.
That one statement from Kales that was taken down
Yeah.
is rather telling.
Yeah.
It's like when Bordicus said he was leaving and everything. The way he worded it,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, the whole without me and getting in the way. It's like, how did you get that past, legal? Because that speaks volumes.
Well, sometimes legal isn't paying attention. Or sometimes people put things out without checking with legal first. Yeah, it happens a lot. We do not restrict what people say about the company where we work, but we do ask them to use their good judgment.
Good judgment? What is that?
Yeah, okay, so you get my point. Yeah. Sometimes it isn't. Well, is anybody interested in doing anything today?
Sure.
I have really boring stuff. Got mats on the ground, captains on the ground, destructible torpedoes, so nothing exciting.
Well, I've got destructible torpedoes and one Iconian TFO
Ooh.
and anti-proton damage on ground.
Well-
I've got anti-proton damage on ground for 5,000.
Oh,
Tholian ships 10, and harvest materials in space for, I think that's 6 or 8. I'm not sure.
well,
We
we
could do
could,
destructible torpedoes and Tholians in space in one.
yes.
episode.
We could do Red
Yeah,
Alert. We could do Azure Nebula. Hi, Wolfie.
I have anti-proton damage space, and then destroy Voth ships in space. Well,
Is it just in space or is it in the battle zone?
in space, anywhere.
How many?
Oh,
And don't forget, we got the red alerts going.
Pardon?
But I gotta find the
We have red alerts going as well.
proton weapons.
For space, you need
Space,
AP weapons?
Yeah,
Hang on. I'm over in the good fleet. Let's see what we got.
I'm looking to see if I have AP weapons in my bank too. So
pardon as I mentioned a donut.
No worries. I was good and did not do donuts or anything for breakfast. I did something healthier. I did a cookie or a cracker. Cracker with
you
peanut.
said cookie. I'm like, wait, that's not healthy.
Cracker. I meant to say I have a cracker. Because it was left over from last night.
Does mommy want a cracker?
Yes, Mommy wants a cracker.
Oh, I knew that's coming.
Sorry.
Wow, everything we've got in the fleet bank is phasers. Speaking of, I will, if I get home early enough on Sunday, be sending out prizes. Cleaning out fleet banks, getting people stuff. Hold on, maybe, hang on. Let's see if I've got anything in my stash. Not anything there. Great, the one time do I have anything? No, I have plasma. Nothing there. I was moving stuff over so I could clean out the banks. I've got a fairly low level but decent AP beam array. It's a Mark 7, but it's yours if you'd like it.
Hold on. Let me see something here. Yeah, I'm not paying attention. I do have AP.
Oh, okay. Otherwise,
maybe.
Well, I'm welcome.
Yeah.
Happy to send this one to you.
Phaser.
How much damage do you need to do?
$50,000.
Oh, let me just send this to you.
Yeah, but if they can't renew the license, there's no.
Well, given that, given the current situation with Paramount, my guess is they would be able to. It just might get excessive. I don't think there's been any discussion about them not being willing to renew the license because, if you remember with Picard, how much work Star Trek Online did in terms of work,
Right.
just the sheer volume of work, I think they might be willing to do it. Borg King, what tune are you on? Are you on Lauren?
Yeah, in chat. So.
Go check your mailbox. There's an AP weapon. It's good enough to get you what you need.
Forgot that I had one of those satellite turrets of anti-proton damage.
Put them both on, and there you go. You got it set.
Okay.
And we could do Aftermath, that patrol. Excuse me one second. Hi, thanks for the follow. Alicia just gave us a
Which one's
follow.
Aftermath?
Aftermath is the first one in the patrols. So if you go to patrols, all patrols, Aftermath, Nisorden system.
Yep.
How many Thoth ships do you have to
I
do?
never did that one.
Pardon?
I don't think I've ever did that one.
Oh, that's easy. How many do you have to do? How many ships?
Oh. Huh?
How many ships? You said you had to do Thoth ships, right?
Oh. I have to open my endeavors to look at
Hold
it.
on, you're Klingon, aren't you?
Yes. I'm a Gemmy. I'm a gem fed. Or
You're K-Fed,
K-Gem.
please.
K-Gem.
K-Gem.
I'm a K-Gem.
Excuse me, K-Gem. I know Chris doesn't have, and I can't take a patrol as a private one. Id, do you have a Klingon by any chance?
Not that's suited for anything.
It doesn't have to be suited for anything. It's just for fun.
Let me see.
We'll come back to Klingon or to Federation. Go do destroy destructibles.
That is a negative. I do not even have one rolled up.
I don't suppose you want to do yours on a K. Alicia says, "Hi, I just felt like having some stow in the background while I work." I don't blame you. It's a good day. Board King, I don't suppose you'd like to go Federation to do your Voth, would you?
no.
Okay, well, I will tell you then that Aftermath, the patrol, will launch 27 Voth ships.
Okay.
So if you have to do anything up to, well, even if you have to do 30, do that and it'll take out most of them. In the meantime, I'm going to actually grab something. Are we going to do ground for, no, destroy destructible torpedoes is definitely space, not ground. We'll go up there. Chris and Yuri, I will send you invites in just a moment here.
I didn't brag yet. I called in sick at work and I'm sitting
Believe me,
being
it's-
absolutely lazy.
If I didn't have a very important meeting at 10 o'clock, I was going to just sit here and...
I just had an awful shit day yesterday.
Yeah.
Tons of... Well, I felt like I'm working in sewers. Shit was flowing from everywhere. So I just gave up. I saw this morning that an hour before I was supposed to log into work, they assigned me another high priority ticket from yesterday, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this. Goodbye.
As we would say, I just noped my way right out of that.
Yeah.
Okay, for destructible torpedoes, what would you like to do? Are we talking Azure Nebula Rescue? Because we also have Tholian ships to do.
Yeah.
Or are we talking
mean-
something else?
No, I had just destructible torpedoes, but that would be good to have destructible torpedoes. You meant Azure Nebula, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I'll queue us up here. We are queued. Hopefully we'll find two
You
more people.
confirmed?
We are all set to go.
I'm on an Odyssey. I mean, Lexington technically, but I made it look like an Odyssey.
I'm in my ship.
We will.
Legendary Command Dreadnought. Wee woo. Wee woo, Id?
We were
We
here.
will.
On my way. So we have, excuse me one second. Stopped drinking milk in the morning, hoping it would deal with this weird sore throat I get every morning. Nope. So there's something else going on. But anyway, we have space for 2 booths at the upcoming Starbase Indy, and we're going to be doing the same thing in Philadelphia. But I think at Starbase Indy I may dedicate one screen to running Noah's movie and the other one to gameplay, but that means over the next 10 days or so I need to start putting together gameplay.
Every loss is critical for my people.
An APU Cruiser, I haven't seen those in a while.
Oh, those are fun.
I don't remember, it was quite
I used to run one.
Kind of reminded me of the Stargate Goa'uld ships a bit.
Yeah.
Except they actually had the correct number of sides to it. It was so cringy that they had made these in the first show, the SG-1.
Mm-hmm.
The pyramid ships had only 3 sides to them.
That's
Completely
challenging.
That completely made them remove the ability to land on the pyramid on the planet. So, but they did that so it's cheaper in CGI. Someone admitted it from the production years later. So it was kind of cheap. They always presented them from a side, but there were angles that could tell you that they went on 3-sided pyramids, which is kind of weird.
I mean, they're possible, but
you could see actually the hole and the base that was a triangle, so it wouldn't allow to land on the pyramid. So it kind of make them only space bound.
Okay, I'm going to stay at this asteroid.
okay, I'm going over to the other one where Carla is.
Do readings on sensors.
Did she already launch that one? Looks like she got that one
Already
launched.
done.
Yep.
The name of the ship is actually the name of a river in Poland. That's interesting.
Which one? The Vistula?
Karla. Yeah, Vistula is how you pronounce in English that. Name of a main largest river in Poland.
Ah. Let's see. I was thinking it was Fistula, and I'm thinking that's really technical.
Oh,
No, it's
I
Vistula.
have one of those, and it's painful.
Yes, I know. That's why I was thinking that would be a bad name. Why does my ship hate me some days?
Why? What does it do?
It wasn't turning. It occurred to me I wasn't sitting on my arrow keys. I was sitting one key over.
Oh. Well, that happens.
My keyboard is so old, I've actually worn off the little nub on the F key, which is my
You still
reference.
haven't changed it.
No. I've had other priorities. I'm looking at a new laptop and a few other things, and getting new furniture, and just so much stuff. That's one reason I really want to take a day off from work, is just get some of this stuff done.
Yeah, I get that.
Not getting a lot of torpedoes here. Got 2, but that's been it.
I've got 0.
Oh,
and
well.
I've been trying to pew at those Tholians. I don't know. Out of luck today.
Do we only... Oh, there's a 5 going. There's
Yeah,
a
I'm working on
5. How many Tholians did you have to kill?
I think it was 10.
Past tense, eh?
So, yep. So that's already taken care of.
Well,
The
I
other
want...
2 I can. The other 2 I can do on my own.
Oh, you got this all by yourself? Well, fine.
Mm.
A Falchion dreadnought is escaping.
Well, we got our
let go with
second
that
points.
stupid tractor beam. So far, I have not been attacked by a single targetable torpedo. I'll end up doing the ending battle zone probably later.
Yeah, I will go do Scylla and Charybdis. Let's see if I can get over to that one over there. Stop firing at me. I am busy. Thank you.
Need to do something about the fact that we are in battle, we can't use full impulse.
Mhm.
It's really stupid.
It gets annoying. So, since
I
the
don't
weather...
even know who came with the idea to tie those things together, like,
Someone who hates us.
apparently. And that
Well,
was at the
somebody's
early
already
stages
done
of
it.
developing the game.
Yeah, it's been around forever. Well, so if somebody's already down there, fine.
Oh, I got one.
Yay! I'm still at my
Can't believe it.
2.
1 out of 18. So, yeah.
I wonder if there'd be a lot being launched during Tholian Red Alert.
Probably should, because they're still Tholians.
Mm-hmm.
Might do that. Let's see.
I had to get 30 Tholian ships yesterday, so I just did Red Alert several times. Unfortunately, we had good teams, so the first one I only got 5 ships and realized, no.
Oh,
No,
they
this is
cleared it
gonna
off too easy,
yeah.
too fast.
Second team, however, was not as DPS heavy, so I was able to get what I needed. Ooh, I got 2 more in these little between the asteroid battles.
So,
Lucky.
open enrollment for insurance started yesterday.
Yes.
I hate this universe. Can I get out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I could too.
For me alone,
Mm-hmm.
$300
A month, yeah. It's actually, I hate to tell you this, that's not bad. I know it's not doable, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Considering
Not
what's out
doable
there.
for me.
Yeah, ours is subsidized, but this year, my boss is kind of pestering those of us who are mature to get on Medicaid because it would save him a ton of money. And I was chit-chatting with my finance guy, and he's like, you should consider it. But, and he goes, well, we'll help you get a plan that's good. But here's the thought. If you do that, you're no longer tied to that job. Oh, that's a really good point.
But-
Which is not going to be what my boss was thinking of.
Yeah, looking at the cheapest, it'll save me $10 on insulin a month.
Oh. Not going to be a huge saver for you.
Right? And it won't cover my my glucose monitors.
Yeah. Yeah, my son's in the same boat. And he's got really good insurance and they still don't cover him.
It wasn't really a good insurance.
Our Alicia says, are the endeavors worth always doing? Generally, I do the ones that I would complete more or less without effort. The perks are nice, but I'm not sure they're worth the hassle. That's actually a really good analysis.
Yeah. If it's too tedious, if it takes too long, if you need to go to too many places or stuff like that, I just
Yes,
re-roll or ignore.
or I'll just ignore them sometimes. Yesterday was a great one where I had to do the red alert. I had Tholians. Okay, fine. That works out really well to do both together. But the days when it's 3 Iconian TFOs? No, 3 Lucari TFOs. No.
Oh yeah.
Nope. It's not worth the hassle. Now in this
I just sit in game long enough to do 3 times and get the front.
yeah, well that's an hour and a half commitment.
The Romulan alert one, I never touch that thing.
Really? That one's so easy. You know when it's going to be. It's always going to be on the top of the hour, bottom of the hour. So it runs every 30 minutes. And if you're talking about the Universal, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Ally takes less than a minute. Staging area can take less than a minute. Vastum Peaks can take about a minute and a half. The one that probably takes the most time is Peos Crater, because you actually have to run around. But if you're smart, you pick up the mission as well from the guy there. So by the time you finish that, you've also picked up another 1,400 dilithium. Then it's definitely worth it.
Like I don't even do the T-Rex.
Well, the T-Rex you actually can take a long time. We discovered that, what was it, Wednesday morning? Tuesday night, whenever it was running. It took so long because everybody was just camping.
Well, one was camping, and the other one was that people don't always complete the map, so they
Yeah.
take a long time to build up to the T-Rex. So it yeah,
I did it with
takes forever.
Ed once with people who really wanted to get to the T-Rex, and so they were just slamming through all of the zones, and we're talking under 10 minutes to get it from T-Rex to T-Rex. It was almost as long for the cooldowns.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you get a bunch of people there, and it just goes.
Determined to do it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
And that tends to be the first night, so I will go look up what today's endeavor is going to be. Forged and Fire yesterday, 2 teams both knew what they were doing. It was just a pleasure.
You know, I still haven't done it, and I don't want to.
That's fine.
I don't like the new TFO. Not that I like the other one. The previous one was tedious with the older things, but
This one's very heavily based on that one, but I will say it's a little bit more fun. And you've got the side mission of trying to pick up all of the prisoners.
yeah, you gotta release them something.
Yeah, it means you have to go hunting for them. But again, good team, you get 1 or 2 people just dedicated to doing that while the others are dedicated to the pew-pew. And if you've got somebody
Yeah,
like...
possibly.
Yeah, so that worked out really, really well. We got 18 out of 20 and 19 out of 20. Let's see, what have we got? We got a minute and 10 seconds. Yeah, there's a 5 over there. Let us go. Let us get that
And I did
5.
only 4.
I got 15 because of those little space battles in between.
Well,
We do have a 5 over here, by the way, though. If anybody wants to help me take down a couple Tholians.
I'm on my way. And we have Yuri coming as well.
I don't know if we can free a ship in 40 seconds.
You never know.
About to find
We
out.
can.
If everybody does one, yes.
Yeah, we'll do it.
A Falchion dreadnought is escaping.
Yay!
Did it, and I got additional torpedo.
Yay! I think we can leave with that then.
Just one, so I got only 5 out of 18, but it's still getting closer. I'm gonna do the red
Yay.
alert.
Yeah.
Maybe that will do it.
Take some Romulan rewards. There we go.
I'm
We got a
just
commercial.
impressed by a fleet.
Yes, as well you should be. As well you should be. So what was I just saying before we did that? Oh, I was going to look up
I
what's...
wasn't paying attention.
I was looking up what's coming up for the next event. Sorry,
for
for
the
the
next,
next Universal.
Universal.
Yeah. I should probably save this in a better place, because in order to go up here and find it, I have to go past a picture of Ed, so I get very sad. Smiley,
Aw.
happy Ed, but still Ed. Okay, tonight is Tour of the Galaxy.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, I'm gonna need a team for that one.
Wouldn't that be good if we could team for that one? Everybody...
Actually, you can't, I heard.
Seriously, you can team for Tour of the Galaxy? Wow.
So
I love
I'm not sure.
I like the old Tour of the Galaxy, because I had it down to the fine art of drifting through the corner, because as soon as you got into the into the sector, it would give you credit for it. You didn't have to go to the actual base itself. So you could
One of
just
my
hit the corner and zip
I
out of there.
I was able to complete the entire Alpha Quadrant.
I know
and that's
people
on-
who can do the whole thing.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I've never been
How
able
much
to
you
do
going?
it. Yeah, I know. That's why I haven't gotten back to Airlicia's comment here, which I did want to do. But since I'm here at the bank, I might as well clean up stuff.
Mom's bank is full? No.
Well, I had emptied it out a little bit to put some stuff away.
Two
No.
things are not a little bit, Mom.
I had like 6 spaces left.
Oh, dear lord, this burned my eyes.
What?
Yeah.
They released a new poster for Wonka starting Timothée Chalamet, and it looks like a poor attempt at Photoshop at best.
Yeah.
Like, lighting doesn't fit, like, blending
I'm
is not there.
I'm going to watch it, but I'm going to watch it like a train wreck.
Because it's probably gonna be a train wreck.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I'm sorry, but Hugh Grant's face shoehorned into a small body of an Oompa Loompa is...
No.
Well, that does not sound promising.
No, it does not. I've seen a clip of that and it burned my eyes too, so... Jesus.
Things you can't
See,
unsee.
The original one, I like the original one and the Johnny Depp one because they actually used
Posted in the lounge.
little
You
people.
can have your eyes burned.
So, Deep Roy was paid for each one of those performances as the Oompa Loompas.
He was all of the Oompa Loompas?
All of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He also played
Okay.
every instrument in the movie. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I
he
believe it.
learned to play every instrument, which is like, wow.
The first time I ever saw Deep Roy was in Doctor Who. What was the episode he was in?
Oh,
First
Was
time
it
I ever
the-
saw Deep
was it
Roy
the
was in
Celestial
Neverending
Toymaker?
Story.
Was in what?
wasn't it one of
Never
the? Wasn't it the celebrity, the Celestial Toymaker episode?
No.
I know he played in Neverending Story.
See,
Did you know that?
I did not know that, but I know it now.
He played the little. He played the guy who rode the racing snail.
Jeez. He was in the Talons of Wing Chiang.
Yes. And Mind Wipe
And
or
Mindscape.
Mind Warp.
Mind Warp, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go look.
77 and 86.
Wait, let's get back to Airlicia's very good question of are the endeavors worth doing? They are if they're fun. If it's something that you are going to enjoy doing, you've got the equipment, if you've got the time, yes, they're worth doing. If you don't, then no. Anything that takes a game from being fun and puts it into being a hassle takes it away from being fun, and this is primarily a game. And if it's not fun, then you really need to figure a way to make it fun for you. And remember, it always comes down to fun for you, not for anybody else. They don't get to make your decisions for you.
And as to the perks being worth a hassle, they're not a game changer. If you skip them, they're not gonna make you less OP or something like it. So.
Yeah, they can add some fun aspects. One of the things I like is the run speed boost. That's fun.
But they're not game changer. They're not revolutionary in any way.
Now, almost everything you can manage to figure out a different way around it. So, run speed boost is great, but a pair of frosty boots will do it. A motion accelerator will do it. There's a couple outfits that have got speed boosts. So, there's a lot of ways to get around everything.
Yeah, it's that time of year again.
Almost, yes. 'Tis almost that time of year, yes.
What time of year?
Winter Wonderland.
Oh dear lord.
Yes, I'm going to put money on it being December 7th, that Thursday. Just looking at the previous calendar.
I hope the event ship is gonna be crap, so I won't have to take part in it. Because last time they did it, it was the Eisenberg, and I was in my 32nd century phase. So I was a sucker for. I'm still a sucker for that technology and those ships, but still, I was just like, damn it! I wanted to skip this event and I couldn't because I wanted the ship.
Well, at least the winter events, like the summer event, you can get away with doing one thing.
Yeah, the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Just
Now, I love Rise Up, and I enjoy the winter event, but I don't need anything there, so I just like to go and do the things. I don't need the EPOs. I've got a good enough rig. I can win the races when I want to. So I just like to go down and do the things that I enjoy. And then, of course, by the...
That's what I do with winter. I do things I enjoy. I don't-
Yeah, well, that's what it should be.
So he was paid $1 million for 165 instances of Oompa Loompas.
Holy crud.
Jeez.
Man, that's a lot of Oompa Loompas, if I may.
Yeah,
Must
but
be
that's
like,
dedication, you know.
The guy who played Trouble with Tribbles, the guy that poisoned the Tribbles. He was twice for Deep Space Nine
the guy who...
when he oh my god, I can't think of his name. Arn Darvin.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. It's Arn Darvin, but who was it?
Yeah, because when they brought the character back for the Deep Space Nine episode, he was paid for the Deep Space Nine episode.
Ah,
And since they used his original face in TOS episode, they paid him for that episode, for that part too. So he got paid twice for that episode.
cool. His name was Charlie Brill. If I remember right,
Yeah.
he was a comedian as well.
He was?
Yeah, I think so.
I can see him as a comedian.
Yeah. Let us check Charlie Brills.
Is he still alive?
That is a good question. Oh my God, he was in Silk Stockings. I didn't know that. Sorry, I love Silk Stockings. Oh
I don't
my
even know what that is.
God, it doesn't say that he's currently dead.
He's probably just
Older. He was in a lot of
retired,
stuff.
semi-retired.
Yeah. Last thing I see from him was in a show in 2015.
Oof.
How old is Charlie Brill? We'll go to the easy one. He's 85. He's still alive.
Okay. He's probably just retired.
Yep. Oh my God, he's married to Mitzi McCall.
Who?
Mitzi McCall.
I don't know who that is.
Ever see Silk Stockings?
No.
Oh, okay.
What's
She was in that too. If you saw her, you would immediately put her face together with his. They did things together. Yeah, it's one of those acting couples where, you see them and they're in a lot of stuff together.
Let me see.
Oh, shoot. I have to get ready for work, guys. I didn't realize it was 7 o'clock, because here we are chit-chatting away. Maybe we're going to do a show tonight. Maybe we're not going to do a show tonight. We will see. But tomorrow, because we are going to have a warm day tomorrow, it's supposed to be up to like 59 degrees, something warm like that. Let's see what tomorrow's going to be. Oh, good. Temperature's dropping like a rock, but that's from North Carolina. I do not know how I got the North Carolina weather feed. It's supposed to be in the 50s and 60s this weekend, so I'm going to the beach.
Nice.
With the dogs and probably a parka, but Big Dog's never been to the beach, and I have a feeling she's going to look at the entire Lake Michigan out there and go, no, I'm ready to go home, Mom. Was she the detective? No, the detective name was, oh God, I don't remember what her name was, but she was, I think she played Charlie Brill's wife, if I remember right. In like...
Brand shit.
But the detective, I think her name was Mitzi in it as well.
No, her Mitzi's character's name was Fran Lipschitz.
No, that's a different show. What?
It says Silk Stockings. Oh, she played Sylvia.
Sylvia, thank you. That makes sense.
But it says one of her characters' names was Fran Lipschitz.
That I believe. Silk Stockings, the Mitzi Capture was the main actress in Silk Stockings. That's why the Mitzi was getting to me.
So I'm trying to see what shows she's done that I've know her in. I've never seen any of these shows.
Well, a lot of these were running on network. This was on USA Network. It says it was on CBS, but I didn't do that.
And looks like she only did like one time episodes.
Yeah, but I remember her from it. Anyway, as I was saying, I need to go to work. So everybody, you know what we need to do. On the count of 3, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Stay awesome.